Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
And you are tuned into Our Plugs, a community connection, where culture, commerce, and community come together on one powerful platform.
Absolutely. This is the show that connects Black and minority-owned businesses, nonprofit organizations, entrepreneurs, community leaders, and change makers all in one place. We don't just talk, we build, we uplift, and we plug you into the resources that help our community grow.
Yep. From business ownership and financial empowerment to mental health, education, arts, culture, and justice, this is a space where real conversations meet real solutions.
I know that's right. So wherever you're listening, whether it's from home, at work, or on the move, stay locked in because you're officially plugged into Our Plugs, the community connection.
Now let's get into today's show. Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. It is your morning host, DJ Kitty, here with my girl, Miss Morningstar. We are from Our Plugs, the community connection, and today's show will be exactly what we need. Exactly what we need. It's been a great weekend. You know, we were all stuck in the house, and I think that that's a great thing. But a lot has happened over the weekend, and we're going to get into that. So happy Monday, Holly Springs, and happy Monday, Memphis, Tennessee, as well as good evening to our friends on TikTok. Now, I will tell everyone now that's joining TikTok, we are experiencing, I guess, technical difficulties. Something's going on. You know, they changed the terms of conditions, and now I can't get a screen or anything. So, and Miss Morningstar is having difficulties actually joining. So we're going to work with TikTok as best we can. Share the live. Come on in, tap the screen. Let's get our numbers up and let's listen to this important broadcast this evening/morning. All right. So before we can get started, as always, we remind our guests, our listeners, to drink your 16 ounces of water first thing in the morning and take your morning medication. And from there, go eat you a great breakfast and just relax. Today, I've seen the weather report and I've seen what's going on. I think everybody needs to remain in the house. You need to remain seated. Trust me, you do not need to be out in these streets. It's going to be cold. It has been cold and it is no joke. So stay inside. You know, there's nothing out there that's important, that is that important that you need to get out there. So please stay inside and remember the 4 P's: people, pets, plants, and pipes. Stay indoors. It's not getting any warmer anytime soon. All right, folks. So let us get started on our broadcast. And you know, with every show that we have, we always start our broadcast with with our morning affirmations, and those morning affirmations come from my little sister, my girl, Miss Morningstar from Our Plugs. So, Miss Morningstar, good morning to you. How are you this morning, and what do you have for us?
Good morning, guys. Wow, what a way to start the morning with the crazy internet. But good
Yeah.
morning, guys. Welcome in. Happy Monday. We are here. We made it through the weekend. What a crazy weekend we had. We'll get into that. But yeah, let's talk about some good affirmations to get our week started. Focus on some affirmations that's going to cultivate intentionally and give you some growth, some self-belief, and build on past momentums rather than starting over. So we're going to keep the theme because tonight Coach Nikki is going to talk about who are you in this season. So our theme is going to include trusting your journey, embracing resilience against challenges, and acknowledging your worth. Just a few affirmations, not a whole lot, guys. So let me give you a few. So trust and purpose. Begin with saying, I trust the timing of 2026 and align my actions with my purpose. Resilience. I view challenges as opportunity for growth and turn setbacks into comebacks. Self-worth. I honor my feelings, I set healthy boundaries, and choose myself without guilt. I know we talked about that. Abundance. I am a magnet for joy, prosperity, and meaningful opportunities. Momentum. I am not starting over. I'm stacking momentum and building on my success. I love that. Daily 2026 affirmations that you guys can say, and this is just a few. I'm becoming more confident every single day. I release self doubt and step into my power. I am worthy of being seen, heard, and valued. My life is full of potential, and I am appreciate the present moment. I am calm, centered, and focused through 2026. And that is your Monday affirmation.
What a way to be. Calm, centered, and focused. I agree with that 1,000%. There's no need in slipping it off the deep end. What's happening is happening, and we're just going to have to deal with it. And let's just be clear, this isn't anything new for people of color. It's not. If you really sit back and think about it, I think that it's more, I guess, shocking because it's happening to, let's be honest, white people, because they're out protesting as they should be. But this year, I need everybody to remain calm and be smart and precise about your actions. Don't just go out there thinking that, oh, there's no way this is going to happen, because as you see, we are dealing with people who just don't care. They don't care. They have no reason to care about any of us. They have no reason to, do anything other than what they're doing, because they've gotten orders from the man with the black hands who is insistent on taking down this country. Anywho, let's go ahead and talk about this weather. This weather was definitely on everyone's minds this weekend. Let me tell y'all, when I went to the grocery store on, Saturday morning, because we hadn't had bad weather by then, around 10 o'clock, when I tell you it was 600,000 million trillion people in there. And I need people to understand, yes, every winter we may be subject to a storm. That does not mean go and buy up all the bread and tissue and peanut butter. What are y'all gonna do in 3 days with all that food? I hope if you bought all that food and you realize that you won't have time to eat all that food, you package it up and you send it to your local pantry. Because a lot of people went out and spent a lot of money and they will be back to work on Tuesday. They may have one day off, And yes, winter brings cold weather. That does not mean go buy up all the bread and tissue. It means go buy what you need, the essentials. But I actually just bought what I normally buy. I didn't do for what? It's only a weekend. We weren't going to be under ice and snow for the rest of the year. It was just a week, 2, 3 days. I don't get it, Miss Morningstar. It was unheard of in my mind. It didn't make sense. But I can't tell people how to spend their money. I'm not gonna pocket watch anybody. I'm just gonna tell you guys that it was not that serious. Yeah, it was not. All right, let's not to say we're not gonna downplay it though, because we're still in the middle of it. And there are millions without power. And I get it. Yes, make sure you are stocked, but you didn't have to break the bank. I think that the news stations were pushing it so hard because they know we didn't really spend at Christmas time. So they're trying to make up for that money. And allegedly, that's my thought process. All right, let's get into it. Holly Springs, today you have a high of 22 degrees. Lord have mercy. A low of 7. Feels like temperature is 14 during the day, -1 at night. No, thank you. You have a 7% chance of rain. Winds out of the north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Today's going to be a partly cloudy day. Humidity is moderate during the day, high at night. You're going to have some clouds in the morning, and it's going to be mainly sunny in the afternoon, but freezing cold tonight. So if you have to do your running, wait around that noon time when the peak of the day, when the sun is out, to give you some relief, and then get back inside. Do not be out tonight. It's going to be freezing. Memphis, Tennessee, y'all aren't cleared. You have a high today of 20, a low of 9 degrees. Feels like temperature is 13 during the day, -1 at night. No, thank you. 7% chance of rain. Winds out of the northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's see. You have sunny conditions today. Humidity is high all day. It's going to be so sunny and cold in the morning and freezing at night. Do what you have to do during the day. Get inside at night, please. Houston, come on through. We have a high today of 40. Oh my goodness, a low of 25. Where will I be? DJ Kitty will be at home in the house. Feels like temperature is 31 during the day, 13 at night. No, thank you. 3% chance of rain. Winds out of the northwest at 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's going to be a partly cloudy day. Humidity is moderate during the day and high at night. My bottom line, stay inside. Stay inside. It's the 4 Ps: people, pets, plants, and pipes. Stay inside, you guys. And while you're there, call and reach out to your family members. Make sure that they're okay. And please check on your seniors and your college kids. These kids are kids that are away at college. They're normally at home, not even thinking about the weather. They just know, oh, it's cold, and mom and dad are preparing for Armageddon, I guess. But they're away at college, so check on your young adults. Make sure that they're staying inside at night, and they're wrapped up and they're safe and sound. And please check on your seniors. And that is your weather report for today. Woo! I was saddened to see so many people in the grocery store when I was there. uh, and it didn't help that I had my little person with me, and he was just like, Nana, it's just too many people, and I had to agree with him. Hello, powerful Black woman. She said it is -8 degrees in Kalamazoo, Michigan. That is a no for me. um, Nicole, she is in Minneapolis, Minnesota. She said we are 1, but it feels like -9, and she said it's warming up. Okay. Uh, let's see. Let's go over to Facebook. Facebook is saying a lot.
You
I'm
mean
seeing them.
TikTok or Facebook?
I mean, I'm sorry, TikTok. TikTok is saying a lot. I see. I know Sparkle Kicks. Miss Jack had reported that it was icy and cold there. T Wiz, I saw your number earlier, but it's a lot of comments out here, so I don't know how cold it is. But I see that you want some chocolate. What? Chocolate ice. I see people eating ice cream in the cold, which is crazy to me.
I
Uh,
do got some in the freezer. Gonna
for
have it later. Gonna have it later.
It's too cold.
I'm in the house. It's warm here. We good. We good.
Okay. All right.
Remember, ice cream is warm to your soul.
All right. I'm gonna take your word for it. TikTok, do me a favor. I need 3 gifters to send roses to this live. We've got a flash going. You got to follow the rules for TikTok so that they
We
will bring
do.
it down. Bring it
Make
down.
sure y'all tapping over there.
Yes, please tap the screen and share the live. I truly appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into some news that you can use. I want to start with the weather, since we were on the weather and we've been talking about the weather. And if the the folks out on TalkTick, if you guys will throw up your numbers, I would appreciate it. Wait, Juju C Cat said Dallas high 21, low 13, feels like 8. Nope, that's another no. But I will tell you this: over 1 million people without power across the South as winter storm brings heavy rain and ice. Uh, I don't want this. I don't like when it's cold like this. I know that wintertime has to, do what it has to do, but I still don't like it. I didn't like it when I lived in the cold, and I don't like it now. Um, let's get into this article. I mean, it's basically going to give me a list of all the people who are suffering. And I'm so sorry that we're experiencing this, but this too is a part of life, you know. It's not always going to be sunny, and we just got to figure out how to balance it. Okay, so winter storm updates. Heavy snow and crippling ice spread across U.S. At least 24 states issue emergency declarations. Now, let me ask you a question, Ms. Morningstar, and our guest. Um, is there still FEMA? I don't know.
Well, that's questionable. I mean, that's a good question. Where do they exist? Um, I really don't have the answer to that question because we're kind of left in the dark. He did a lot of dismantling and yeah.
Yeah.
That's to be continued, I guess. I guess I gotta just F around and find out. The people gotta go through it and then see is somebody I can call to help. I mean,
You'd be better at calling Ghostbusters. A
man,
major winter storm has left as many as 1 million customers without power, sis, and
yeah,
resulted in the cancellation of more than 16,000 flights.
yeah, yeah.
As heavy snow, sleet, freezing rain, and frigid temperatures hit a massive swath in the U.S. over the weekend. Yeah, a lot of us are impacted by this, you know. And, you know, you would think, okay, it's just snow, it's just ice, we'll stay inside. But you don't think about the fact that that snow and ice accumulates on power lines. And those power lines get heavy, they come down, people lose power. Flights can't take off, you can't travel because you can only de-ice so much of the plane. And who wants to fly in freezing temperatures? I don't want to fly when it's warm outside and when it's nice outside, much less when it's freezing. And how well do we know that the folks are de-icing the planes and it's not freezing? I don't know. All I'm going to say is this is what happens, but those people who are going to need their power lines put back up, and they may experience loss, FEMA typically would step in and help those people. Not anymore, I guess, huh?
Well,
uh
elections have consequences,
they
and
do.
these are
Mhm.
some of the consequences of rigged elections or elections. Period. Mm,
Yeah, Nicole said they just fired some folks the other day from FEMA.
mm,
I guess making sure that your people in America have heating and what they need in case of emergencies. It's not a priority. You know what's a priority for them? Hiding those T files.
mm.
That's a priority because that's why we're
Where
getting
them
all
files at?
that's why we're getting all this pure evil cruelty to the United
Hmm.
States citizens.
Behind the files, we know.
Mhm. It is. If the man had any integrity, and I know that's pushing it, man and integrity, but if he had any integrity, he would say, let me go ahead and step down and let this country be ran by people who know what they're doing so that we can get ourselves up out of this. But that ego is so great on him that the only thing that he knows is himself. He talks to himself on every single time that he is giving a speech. He is not talking to anybody but himself. Just think about it. Think about every speech that you've ever heard him talk. Is he talking to anybody? Because it doesn't make sense. Who's he talking to? He's talking to himself. I don't know. Miss Morningstar, what do you have to bring to the table this morning? Come on off mute.
Okay.
It
So,
happens.
I know, as we all know, it was a horrible tragedy again over the weekend. Young man by the name of last name is Pretty. First name is Alex. He was a nurse with the VA hospital. He was out legally protesting. He went to protect a young lady who from getting shoved and pushed by the bullies and Decepticon demons, ICE, and he was murdered. He was murdered. He was beat first, and then he was executed in broad daylight in front of everybody. We saw it.
We did.
We saw it at all angles. We saw the police officers take his pew pew from him.
Yep.
We saw them pummel him.
Yeah.
And we saw them unalive him with multiple shots and multiple people.
I think it was 11.
And then they left.
And then they left.
And then they left him there too.
And when they had pizza, they didn't fill out any information. They didn't wait on
authorities. They took evidence with them. They left. Criminals.
They just left.
And then our Secretary of Defense gets on gnomes. That one.
Ooh, I gotta hold my tongue.
And immediately lies.
Immediately. The man hadn't even been, the family hadn't even been notified. And this demon.
And then immediately lied.
Immediately.
It is completely disgusting as to what is going on in this country. And we seeing it. And we know the pain of that. Because that's our life. You know, we've been losing our people our entire life. We've been witnessing our people be executed by these demons forever. But it started to look a little twisted when you start seeing white folks getting the same.
What does our brother Darian say? He says on just about every broadcast, and I give Darian all the props.
Yeah.
Because he called it a year ago. He said nothing in this country will change until white folks are affected the most.
Exactly.
And I truly believe that.
And it's a fact. Unfortunately, it is an unfortunate fact. This man was an upstanding citizen. He had a right to carry. He did everything he was supposed to do. He worked a job. He cared for veterans. His parents loved him. His family loved him. He was there protecting.
He was a good person.
He was a good person. He did not deserve that.
None of us deserve it. How about that? None of us deserve what's happening now. None of us deserve to have to turn on their televisions and watch modern day slave catchers in real time, in 3D, in 4K. It is mind-boggling that we are here watching this. We don't deserve this. But Nikki just made a comment, and I saw that earlier.
Yeah.
The DOJ said that they will pull ICE out if Governor Walz gives them the voter registration rolls. Y'all,
quick pro quo.
The mere fact that they're saying we will stop unaliving your citizens if you give us the rolls so we can hunt down your citizens even more.
So we can cheat too. So we can cheat in this upcoming midterm because we know
so we can cheat in midterms, of course.
Yeah.
But you're also going to get their demographic information. So you know where everybody, so you can target all the Democrats. Baby.
It is
stand your ground, Governor Walz, stand your ground.
It is a insane. I saw Governor Walz yesterday, on the news, and he was mad. First time I ever seen him pissed. He was pissed. I don't know what his level of pissed is, and how I think, he was mad. He was straightforward with what he was saying. It ain't my type of level, but I respect his level. But he was angry. So was the Attorney General. They are not going, they're going to abide by the law. You're not going to bully them. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You threatening people. It is truly, and for people who agree with this,
sick.
You're sick. If you agree with this, you're a sick person. And I mean that from the gut. You're sick.
Yeah. If you don't see that this is a number one, if you don't see it as a murder, the
It
world
doesn't mean
is wrong with you.
it doesn't matter what you call it side, because I think that's garbage to call anything a side. We are human beings. We are American citizens. We are people. And this is not about blue or red. This is right or wrong. And it was wrong with them demons who are not federal agents. They have been recruited off the street, I believe.
With 47 days of training.
Yes, they are thugs who wanted a taste of blood.
Yep.
And they wanted to do this. And they're weak. Thank you, powerful woman. But they are weak. And this was their opportunity to make them feel like their cojones was huge.
Do you know that I saw one clapping afterwards? They were happy about it. The mere fact that this happened, and they didn't stick around to call an ambulance, to fill out any paperwork, to turn over their weapons so they could be ballistic test. They didn't stick around for anything. They got in their vehicles and they left like the common criminals that they are.
Yes.
All I know is when that man takes his final blink, whoever is in charge in Minnesota, you need to charge every last one of them. Every last
Attorney General
one of them.
He's like, if they don't follow court orders, that's gonna be them. They're not gonna follow court orders. We know they're not. They're despicable. They're criminals themselves. They're not going to follow any court orders.
Yeah, they are criminals. They are straight up criminals. And the mere fact that this is where we are as a country it's heartbreaking.
It is.
Let's take a quick break. We can get back into it right after. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right.
So you got them.
I got it. Okay. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The Community Connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe what you wear should remind you of who you are. This is where love meets style. From our signature beautiful hoodies created to remind you to show up as your full authentic self, to our bold her shirts designed for women who know their worth and wear it proudly. Lovership Apparel is more than clothing. It's a movement. Our comfortable, confidence-boosting leggings move with you, while our statement backpacks carry your essentials and your purpose wherever life takes you. Every piece is intentionally designed to inspire self-love, confidence, and authenticity, because you deserve to wear something that speaks life into you. Whether you're stepping out, showing up, or standing firm in who you are, Lovership Apparel is made for you. Visit lovershipapparel.com and wear the reminder, be you to the fullest.
This is Transformation Training Academy. If you're someone that people walk up to and just talk to and tell all their business to and they don't know you, this is your sign. If you're ready to level up, Transformation Training Academy is ready for you. Coach Nikki and Counselor Nikki push you past your limits into your purpose. We help you break patterns, build confidence, and create real change. Your breakthrough isn't someday, it's today. Contact us at info@thetransformationtrainingacademy.com.
Do you relate to the phrase, "Don't let the pretty face fool you"? That's the motto behind our Pretty Gangster hoodie. I myself am not a people person, so we have a hoodie for that too. Our hoodies do the talking, so you don't have to. Want someone to read your hoodie and think, "Yep, I feel the exact same way"? Or do you want to teach someone how to pray and thank God? Then head on over to our sassy black and white hoodie collection located in our TikTok shop and order yours today.
Find us at Sparkle Kicks on Etsy, TikTok, and ourplugs.com.
You're locked in to WKRA 92.7, the voice of the community. And listen, 2026 is all about showing up and shining. That is why we rock with Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion meets confidence, purpose, and style. From everyday chic to head-turning statement pieces to some fly arm candy, Morningstar has it all. And while you're shopping, tap into the community. Discover Black-owned and minority-owned businesses at ourplugs.com. Also, check out morningstarboutiquebytam.com, where your light owns your style.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. So after that happened to that young man, I never thought in a million years that I would see the NRA speak out. But the NRA actually spoke out. The National Rifle Association criticized comments by a senior federal prosecutor warning that approaching law enforcement with a gun could justify, F1 in the comments please, a fatal police response, saying such statements risk demonizing law-abiding citizens as the nation reels from the unaliving of a man in Minneapolis by a U.S. border agent. Then the NRA was responding to remarks by Bill Esley, the first assistant U.S. attorney of the Central District of California, who said that if you approach law enforcement with a firearm, there's a high likelihood they will be legally justified in unaliving you, adding, "Don't do it." In a statement, the gun rights group called the view dangerous and wrong, urging public officials to refrain from broad generalizations and to wait for the outcome of a full investigation into Alex Pretty's death. The organization has also spoken out against radical progressive politicians like Tim Walz, accusing them of inciting violence against law enforcement officers who are simply trying to do their job. So basically they're saying, let's wait until the courts, it comes out in the courts. But will it ever make it to court is what, I'm gonna put it like this. I think it will make it to court once he takes his final blink. Once he's up and out of here, all of them, everything that they've done this entire time, they will be held accountable for all of it. They have to be, because it doesn't make sense if they aren't. Would you not agree?
I agree. There are some things that are going to court right now. With the Attorney General filing some documents, and they're waiting on the ruling from the judge, which most of the judges have been pretty much against Team Decepticon. It's only the higher court, that we have to worry about, that Supreme Court, which overrules things and does things maliciously because they're Decepticons as well. At least half of them are. So yeah, all I can tell people to do is, like you said, either that blink gonna happen, or we gonna do these midterms. We gonna go in so strong. It's gonna be too many to cheat. It's gonna be too many of us for them to do what they plan on doing, because we already know they have something up their sleeve by the Attorney General of the United States sending that type of message to a governor. That is diabolical. And
it is
real. It's like you're to the point where you have no shame.
They don't care.
Not hiding who you are
They're
and
not.
what you're doing, and you don't care.
They do not. They do not. They don't have any regard. The mere fact that you think that we think that our administration should want to get to the bottom of it's in our face, recorded on multiple devices all over the world, murder. But instead, they don't care. They do not care.
Same like we saw with Renee Good. Same thing. We saw it. She didn't hit him with her car. It's all fabricated. Just like we saw with January 6th. We saw it. You know,
don't believe your lying eyes.
Right. You can't make everybody in this country not believe what they see. When we see it, it's one thing to tell somebody something, but you can't tell me nothing that I didn't saw.
I mean, evidently, MAGA doesn't care. And, our topic with Coach Nick, let's go ahead and bring Coach up. Our topic today with Coach Nikki is, who are you in this season? Hey, beautiful.
Good morning.
My baby.
What's up, sis?
Hi, my family. Morning Star, you look like you sick of it.
Sick of it, okay?
I'm
I did not want to check out the video, but I was on Viper's Live, and when the young lady said that something else had happened, and I ended up scrolling on it and finding it anyway because it's everywhere. It wasn't even like pure discretion when I found it on Instagram, and I'm like, what is going on? But of course, there's this selective outrage because when it's when it looks different, more people are affected by it, and and I hate that has come to it, but this is what's changing everybody. This is what's going to rally people to come together. I hate that in the same place as what just most recently happened. A lot of people are affected by that. Y'all know twin counselor Nikki, she's been, dealing with a lot of that anyway with the last situation. And now there's more people, coming out saying that they need therapy and counseling and all types of things like that. But it's very sad the way this country is looking right now.
It is. It's very sad. And I'm glad we're talking about what we're talking about today because it's so much happening. It's kind of like we all need to take a good look in the mirror and have that conversation with ourselves. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. What do you think about you? Who are you in this season? Who are you? What are you going through? How are you managing the anxiety of it all? Because this is giving everyone anxiety. Even if you never had anxiety before, I'm quite sure you're nervous and yes, it's very heavy now. So it's a completely different vibe that we're having to deal with. I think what it is, let me say this, and it's gonna sound horrible. For years, we as African Americans, we've never not known that this is how we are treated. We've never not been in a position to have to fear for our lives. Every time my son or my daughter gets in the car and leaves home, I'm nervous. I'm nervous about a car accident also, yes, of course. But I'm nervous about them being pulled over by the police because I don't know if they'll make it home. And now, and that's been the norm. That has been the norm with me, my mother, her mother, on down, because of what we've suffered in this country. But now, what we've always endured and what we've always had to deal with, now white people are having to see it's you too.
Yeah, and I would hate to I never want to come off sounding like I'm saying like now you get it, but at the same time, a lot of them do now. Like they're seeing it. Like you got the same. It was so crazy when I was watching this video because, and this is how Black people are conditioned. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I just knew that it was a Black person. It just felt like that because I'm so used to our own people being taken down like this. And when I watched the video, it looked like the young man was trying to protect the lady that was being pepper sprayed.
He was.
And then
that's all he was doing.
And then they let off all these rounds at him. And I'm like, and so then when I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a vanilla brother. Like, what? I'm almost shocked. Like y'all are doing this to your own people. Like it is really crazy to me. And I almost wish that I had tailored these questions. You guys, our questions are topics are always pre-planned out. The questions are always pre-planned out. I really wish I had tailored it, and we can actually kind of have like a loose conversation if y'all don't mind doing that today. And not even be on the topic, but because this is more about how we live in a world where we're always looking for the next thing. And that's where who are you right now? We always are focused on who we're becoming versus being present. And that's one thing that's important for grounding. What is going on with you right this moment? And we always elude ourselves, we evade ourselves, and we're running from who we are right now to get to where we want to be. And the moment's always missed. And I honestly kind of wish that I had restructured my topic for this, but this just happened, and I'm like, I'm tired of talking about this. Like, even in the area that I live in, I'm from the DMV. This is a melting pot of all different type of people. I could easily be any of them going outside. We had there's a group, an organization, if you will, a criminal organization called MS-13 that's heavy out here. And we all know Hispanic people. Some of them look like me. Some of them are light. It's brown and black people are not too far apart from one another, and it's scary. And there's a bunch of complexes over here that are full of Hispanic people, and it's scary that this is right close by. I remember yesterday when we met and we were saying that we hoped Counselor Nikki was inside, and she's also shared some stories with me about just kind of stepping outside our house and them being outside, and I don't know what they look. I don't know who to look for. I don't know what they're looking like, and by them being acting as if they're actual law enforcement and how they're taking people's lives like this. Like, I don't want to go outside. I'm a homebody anyway, but I don't even care to go outside and be caught up in that mess. And it's all around me. I can walk outside right now and be a Spanish person walking down the street. And it scares me for them that this is the case. Just right up the hill from me, not even a mile. It's actually in the complex I used to live in. They found some children locked up, like in cages inside. And I'm like, what in the world? And the Frozen boys, because I have to use the TikTok correct phrase, because they will shut you down if you talk about real life on here. All shade to TikTok, because you can't even say that word on here. And so it's just scary to see what's going on right now. I remember years ago, my son, who was he's turning 18 January 30th. We were walking down the street, and this boy said, Mom, is that a good cop or a bad cop? I'm telling you, I like to lost it.
And that's so sad.
And I said, baby, I don't know. But I felt like there used to be a time where I could say, oh, all officers are good. They're there to protect and serve. I have an aunt that's a sheriff with Fairfax County, a deputy sheriff, and she has been for a long time. I already know she's catching a bad rap. Just because of what this is. You used to look to law enforcement for safety. It's not that anymore. Now you got to look like, hold on, like, are you going to take my life? Is this encounter going to end me? And it's very sad to see. And we're supposed to be good citizens. We're supposed to take care of one another. We're supposed to, look out for our neighbor. And I feel like that's what that gentleman was doing. And he lost his life doing that.
He did. And it's so sad. And I feel you on that. My dad was a deputy sheriff. And as much as I miss my daddy, God knows I do.
Yeah.
I am glad he's not here to witness this, as much as I miss my daddy, because this would break his heart. We have always dealt with police brutality, and we've always had to deal with the unfairness of this country. Let's just say what it is. However, we've never had to deal with being afraid to go outside, at this magnitude, not in our era. Now, back in the 1920s, 1910s, I'm quite sure, 1800s, I'm quite sure, because our ancestors were terrified of the slave masters and the slave patrol and all of that. Well, we're back to it. If you really, I saw your message this morning, Star. If you really think about it, we are right back where we're hiding in our homes. We know about what's been going on. We see what's going on. It's granular now because we have the internet, so we're seeing what's going on, but no steps are being taken to correct it, not by our administration, because it's coming from the administration. So what do we do as a nation? That's
It's
That's the question.
This is the last thing I'm going to say. And I know Morningstar, we got to get back to Morningstar, but there's a term called bystander mentality, you know, and then we've also been told if you see something, say something. Like I said, we're supposed to protect our neighbor. We're supposed to look out for our brother and sister. And that's exactly what this gentleman was doing. But what it creates now is we're regressing, actually going back to bystander mentality. Now we're going to start minding our business even more, because now protecting each other could cost us our lives. And that's creating division.
That's the scariest part.
It's very scary, because if somebody sees me being, you know, accosted like that, I would hope somebody, right? I would want somebody to step in and help me, but not at the cost of their own life. But this is what it is right now.
And that's what he was doing. A lady had gotten pushed down in the snow, and he went over to help her. And in the middle of helping her, they attacked him. And then they murdered him and got in their vehicles and drove away. There was nothing legal about any of that. Left the scene of the crime. Anyhow, Miss Morningstar, come on in. What is it that you were you're still on mute.
It's still on topic.
Okay, good.
About. It's just I just wanted to get in because just in topic with what all of that. There was a story about a Black mom who was fired for hiring her son and his friends at Burger King, and her name was Shayla Dixon, and she's located in Clinton, Mississippi, and she was fired along with her son and his friends because she hired them at the Burger King that she was a manager of. She did it because she said she thought it was a good idea for the summer, for the boys to not get into any trouble in the summertime. They can earn extra money for school to start in the fall. She was doing it all for a good reason, giving them a sense of stability. But these are Black kids. These are the Black woman. It just all centers around that. We can't win for losing. So that's why when Nikki, you said, I just knew it was a Black man, because we just know these negative things happen to our community all the time. And here she was fired from her job because they felt it was nepotism.
I hope she sues them, and her son sues, and his friends sue for wrongful termination.
Yeah, they should. I mean, she put it on Facebook. She didn't feel it was anything. They went viral. And that's when I guess the job called win, and they the district manager and the manager, they called and fired her.
Oh yeah.
So I just wanted to put that to tie it into what you guys are talking about when it comes to, how we are conditioned to these unlawful things, unfair things. We can't do anything, whether it be right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
We can't win for losing, in so many words.
It's frustrating. It's very frustrating. We've had to deal with the hardest parts of life, and even when we're doing right, she was doing right. She was doing the right thing by hiring young men. Now, how many times can you guys hear? They should be okay by now. It was just the alarm going off. And it goes off on my phone. They're okay.
Okay, so I can go back on
here. Yeah, they're still saying they can't hear.
They can't.
And Kitty is paused on TikTok. She's not even up there.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? This is crazy because I can see myself moving.
Are you serious?
I see you two frozen.
No, you're paused on TikTok. Now I'm off of mute now, so they can hear. Can y'all hear?
So basically, they're shadow banning to our plug.
Oh boy. Sparkle Kicks Miss Jax just said there's no sound either.
No sound. Y'all can't hear me either.
Yeah, they're gonna shadow ban us because we're talking about what happened. That's fine, TikTok. When I get off, y'all gonna hear from me. Y'all will. I can't. I'm on the radio, so we're gonna keep going. I can, Miss Morningstar and Coach Nikki, just let them know I'm about to restart. I'll restart. And you guys, while I'm restarting, you guys take over the conversation. Let's get into who are you in this season. Go ahead, Coach Nikki.
Okay, so we're going to shift gears just a little bit. I know we started a little bit gloomy, but it's heavy right now, and it has to be talked about. So bear with us. But tonight's topic is, who are you now? Who are you in this season? And I asked that question because we are always asking, where am I going? We can never be present in the moment and sit with what we've accomplished now. And we've talked about this on the show in past times about being present in the moment and appreciating how far you've already come versus negating all of that and just looking forward, looking so much towards the future and not appreciating what you've already accomplished and done. And we rarely ask, who are we right now? So this season, we're in the beginning of the year still. This season isn't about becoming, it's about being. I love being in a state of being. I say that I practice being in a state of being, and that's how I can appreciate the things that I have right now and how far I've come in life versus being so hard on myself. And a lot of us are hard on ourselves. A lot of us are hard on ourselves. We put a lot of pressure on where we need to be, where we need to be, where we need to be, but we don't sit and look back and see how far we've come. And I think Kitty said one time on the show that she's actually taken the time to read back on, her old journals and I think Morningstar, you say you do the same thing. Like we talked about that Facebook thing one time, like looking at our posts from 10 years ago, like, whoa, we sure have grown. And this ties into that. Because I said something too. I was like, oh, when I look at my posts from 10 and 15 years ago, I'm like, who is that?
Right.
What in the world? And it helps you appreciate just how far you've come and how much you've grown as an individual, in all areas of your life by seeing those things. So I highly encourage anybody here that has old journals, oh, wow, we're frozen, to, read those things. Go back into your old stuff. Read your old stuff. Look at the things that you used to pray for. Look at the things that you used to write down and ask for, from the universe, from God, and affirm and see how you've accomplished those things so you can appreciate and live and be in a state of being.
Yeah, I agree. Because that only helps you be better, especially once you are able to see the things that you used to feel and value as important to you. It may not be so important. It might be a new standard I use that a lot, Nikki, by the way. Thank you for that standard at the beginning of the year, because we should always be intentionally setting new standards for our lives. So when we can reflect on our old standards, we can see how far we've grown.
Yeah, I agree with you so much. And I know it's easy to fall into a cycle of what's next, because society, there's always something new coming out,
Right.
There's a new, we're on TikTok a lot. There's a whole new app that we just discovered, my friends and I, that pays you way more than this one does. You know what I mean? So it's like, and that people are moving over there. I got to share it with y'all. Actually, I'll put it in the chat. But that pays you way more. So it's life isn't trendy though. You are not a trend. So we have to get away from neglecting ourselves and neglecting our accomplishments and then neglecting our progress, trying to get on to whatever the next best thing is, when you are the next best thing. You, just who you are right now today, is absolutely phenomenal. But we run away from that and we miss that. We miss enjoying and appreciating parts of ourselves. Okay, I got it. Let me do this real quick.
All right, so we're back on both. We're back on StreamYard as well as TikTok. I don't know what's going on. I will say this. I think, and I'm just throwing it out there, TikTok has new terms and conditions now. And starting on Saturday, they are now owned by U.S. partners who are friends with the man with the black hands. So we, of course, have to watch what we say and how we say it. And I'm quite sure, have an issue with us talking about what happened over the weekend. But that's just too doggone bad.
Whatever happened to freedom of speech?
Whatever happened to it? Anyway, thank you, Raven, for this platform.
Yes, thank you.
How I feel about toxic in the first place.
Thank you. So we were, Morningstar and I were just kind of chit-chatting back and forth about how, we don't really appreciate our progress and who we actually are right now. And I mentioned how when we had the episode about journaling, and how you mentioned that you keep your old journals and you go back and you look at them, and and that helps you kind of be in that state of appreciation where you're like, dang, like I've come far. And then Morningstar and I, when we chimed in and we're like, well, yeah, like, because we were looking at our posts from 10 and 15 years ago, like, what in the world, like, woo, child, the ghetto. Some of the things that I used to say, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I'm not there. And doing that, being able to look at that, and a lot of people will be very shameful, looking at old pictures or old statuses and things like that. But I encourage it now, especially if you find yourself in a place of wanting so much more out of yourself, but you've already accomplished so much. Like, we have serial entrepreneurs, we have serial learners, we have serial people that like to just do so much, and they're always trying to fulfill a need. And a lot of these people end up unaliving themselves. I know y'all have heard that before. Like, it's somebody, you'll sit back and hear the story like, well, they had everything.
Yeah.
They had everything. Why would they take themselves out of here? It's because they were never satisfied. They were never happy. They never practiced the state of being. They never truly appreciated just how far they have come, and the next best thing. Who am I becoming? Where am I going? What's next? What's next? What's next? That's what gets you in that state of manic depression. And then you end up checking out because nothing is ever enough.
That's sad, though. It really is. When you really sit back and think about it, we as individuals, as humans, we experience a lot in our lifetime, no matter how long or short it is. And when you are never truly satisfied with you just being you, that's hard.
Mhm.
Or, and some of it may be mental health. You never know. A lot of people suffer from depression, and without the proper, village and help assistance, it's hard to make it. But there's always tomorrow. That's the one thing that I always remember. And everybody gets sad at times, I cry in the shower, everybody goes through their share of sad moments in their lives. But you have to remember that tomorrow's a brand new day. And you have no idea how great it can be. Whatever you're suffering from, or however you are that you're hurting, you never know if tomorrow will be the day where things just completely change.
Mm-hmm.
You just got to keep waking up.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you have to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And we started the year on with, and Coach's Corner was saying, new year, same you, but upgraded. And I want to put extra emphasis on the same you, because we're always trying to, there's pressure that comes behind being a new you. Think about that. There's pressure because there are, of course, not everybody accomplished all their goals that they set at the beginning of the year. These are standards that we're setting. We're not doing resolutions, not everybody accomplishes those things. And so some of the goals that you didn't accomplish last year rolled over into this year, and that's okay. But when you put the pressure on yourself to be a new you, that changes the ball game a little bit. That actually creates anxiety, because it's like, oh, now that I've said that I'm this new person, now I have to show up like this.
Yes,
I pressure on myself to be something that I'm not even ready to be yet, because I haven't even enjoyed being who I've been already.
Yeah. That's heavy, but it's true. And that's a good way of looking at it. Let's take a quick commercial break. We're a little late on our break, but let's go ahead and get this out the way. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We will be right back after this quick commercial break.
Advertising with Our Plugs. The Community Connection opens doors to a whole new ballgame. Radio advertising is affordable, powerful, and puts your business directly in front of the people who want to support you. Plus, customers can easily find and connect with you anytime through our online directory. If you're ready to grow your brand, expand your reach, and stay connected to the community, sign up today. Visit ourplugs.com and register now. That's ourplugs.com. Plug into your community.
Carter's Caring Hands is here to serve the communities here in Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, Battle Creek, as well as Southfield, Michigan. We also go out into the unhoused community, serve the community with care bags. Low-income families, our senior citizens, and our veterans. with fresh food baskets each and every day because no one should choose medication over food. We are here to serve you. Your community is our community, and our community is one community. From our hands to your hands.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingandTrainingServices.com.
Hello, my name is Keith Young. I'm the founder of Young Helping Hands, headquartered in Detroit, Michigan. Young Helping Hands is a business created to help seniors in our community. We help seniors in all areas, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually in effort. Hello, my name is Keith Young. I'm the founder of Young Helping Hands, headquartered in Detroit, Michigan. Young Helping Hands is a business created to help seniors in our community. We help seniors in all areas, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually in efforts to enhance their overall health and wellness. To learn more about Young Helping Hands, please visit our website, www.young-helping-hands.com. You can also reach out to us via email, younghelpinghands1@gmail.com. Lastly, you can visit us on Our Plugs podcast, January 29th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. Central Time to learn more about Young Helping Hands and how we impact seniors in our community. Thank you.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 96.7. The Change. All right, Miss Morningstar. Did you want to, I'm sorry, not Morningstar, Nikki, did you want to pick up where you left off at?
We can keep moving. I know this with TikTok acting up and and everything we were talking about. Like y'all feel the heavy. That like let's pay it. Like I do want to honor the energy because I feel it. I feel it here. I feel it here. It's a little bit heavy. But no, I would let's just engage in a conversation. It's okay because I think it's really hard. I think right now we do need to practice the state of being. We got to sit with ourselves, see where we are in this country right now. Like. Forget talking about, the goals and new seasons, right? I'm okay with not doing that, this morning because it's heavy. It's a very heavy energy and I feel it, TikTok being sold and it acting up like this is feel like, that somebody's foot's on our neck a little bit.
But you know what, Nikki, I think it's perfect. It fits in well what your discussion is tonight. Who are you in this season? We can either fall into the entrapment of the heaviness that is weighing on all of us, and we can fall into that, and then all it's going to lead is to more heaviness and more heaviness, and then you find yourself sad, and you find yourself depressed, and you find yourself not doing the things that make you happy.
Yeah.
We can't fall into that slumber. Yes, it was very heavy. It was very sad what we saw this weekend, what we've been seeing, what we see every day. But these are the days we look forward to, especially with our plugs, when we have Coach Nikki on and we can look at who we are in our season, and we can look to be better, our better selves. So I think what we're doing now is what we're supposed to be doing. And I want you to continue on I want you to continue on. I don't know how Kitty feel about it, but I want you.
I feel the same way. I don't know.
You know what you want.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to speak for everybody. I'm speaking for this morning.
You can speak for me.
I know the heaviness, and I feel it, but I don't want to live in it.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely big fan of honoring energy and then, kind of taking that energy and alchemizing it and moving forward. And Morningstar, you actually mentioned seasons, and that was my next talking point, and I'm talking about how seasons change, and just as the seasons change, so must our identities. Our identities have to change too, so identify with who you are in survival mode versus who you are in a healing mode, and then go with that. But we are so quick to just move past how we're feeling in a season because we can't wait how many times have you said, I can't wait to not feel like this anymore?
Yeah.
And so you rush past, grieving and honoring and acknowledging the actual feeling that you're going through right now versus sitting in and saying, okay, I'm here because this, that, and whatever got you there. But we try to run over things but the best way to get through something is to go through it.
That's the only way. If you ask me,
it's the only way.
You gotta go through
anyway. And then also there's a saying, what you resist persists. So anytime you reject trying to what's natural to you, because you're supposed to go through emotions. This is why we have so many different ones. You're supposed to feel them. You're supposed to acknowledge them, honor them that way. And by doing that, the next time you go through something, you know how to cope a little bit better because you didn't try to rush past the feeling. You have people that have experienced losses in the family, if you will. And it's those people that don't cry I worry about, because they're not allowing themselves to honor what's actually happening, to kind of move over. And then there's this breakdown, maybe a year or two later, months later, even, because we're not honoring the season that we're in. We're not honoring that healing. We're not honoring that moment. And we have to do that. And I'm gonna do that with what's happening in the country. Like, y'all know, I don't too much care for the news and stuff like that, because it can be depressing. It can weigh on you so heavily. It's always something going on, and you just kind of want to get away from it. This time I allowed myself to sit in this. I sat in Viper Vet's room for quite some time this weekend, just kind of listening to the conversations and listening to how people think and their perceptions and viewpoints on the country and where we are right now. And a lot of people were like, oh, I can't wait for, how we talk about the guy in the office. Oh, I can't wait for him to this, that, and the third. And so that kind of makes us, when we're trying to rush over something, like, let this run this course. It'll be over soon enough, but let it run its course. Let's sit in it and let it run its course. This is the season that our country is in right now.
And I guess we had to get here. I think that everything happens for a reason. When they say that, people kind of gloss over that as well. Okay, everything happens for a reason. But if we never had that person, I say that lightly, person in office, we would have never known that this country was so divided, and that people walk amongst us that truly believe that they will never accept people of color, people who are a different race. We wouldn't know the extent of how racist this country truly is. If he had yes, we've, for centuries, for forever, we've always had a white president until Barack came by. And once Barack got in there for 8 years, 2 terms consecutively, unlike Frumpy, this nation did a flip, not a black man, an educated black man. And then they didn't realize how many educated black women and people there were in this country. They thought we were just as dumb as they are. And once they found that out, they literally, in my mind, said, I am upset because people of color, black people, have outdone me. I've seen that video of the couple. They look like they're best friends with Beth with the M, and they're sitting on their patio, and a Hispanic man drives by in his nice Lexus truck. How did he get that? He worked. You have the same 24 hours in the same day that I have. But instead of them saying, you know what, let me go back to school and educate myself and get me a better job, you're mad and angry at the Hispanic man driving a Lexus. He must be a hug dealer. No, maybe he's not participating like you and Beth, but he's actually out there doing a job and supporting his family. But I never thought it was like this. Well, he came on the scene in 2016? And ever since then, they done took us through there. Yeah. Take us through there. And this past weekend was, it was eye-opening, but it's also eye-opening to us to say, hey, we have a lot of work to do. to make sure that our community stays on top of each other. And hey, what do you need to continue to be successful in your business? Let me bring you into our plugs. Let's connect. Let's keep growing, because we can't change them people. Them people are stuck. Let them be. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
No, I agree. I mean, this is something that was like, it had to happen. It had to happen. We had to see. Our eyes had to be open. I mean, a lot of us kind of fell asleep a little bit because we was comfortable, you know. And before they always say, get out your comfort zone. And this is getting out of our comfort zone. We are now, and it's our YT brothers and sisters. This is getting out of your comfort zone. Cause see, you was comfortable. You were comfortable going out yelling at the police in their face, not thinking thinking it was sweet, or thinking certain things wouldn't happen to you. And it happened. So now, everybody's up in arms. I mean, not trying to downplay what happened. It was awful. It was hurtful.
Horrible.
Everybody, because we are naturally empathetic people. Mm-hmm. We have an empathy that I know for sure is beyond anyone's race within you. We are the most empathetic group of people I know. Just like we saw it. We witnessed a Black man save the white supremacists from getting the life beat out of him.
And then the very next day, what did he do?
He turned around the very next day and said that he tried to pick his pocket.
So what did we learn here, people? Go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
Go ahead, Kitty. You got it.
No, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
I wanted people to understand.
Piggyback.
What did we learn here? If you try and help somebody and they come back out and say that you pick their pockets, you let them get they find out. Don't you interfere again. You sit down. You should have been at home. But anyway, go ahead, Miss Morningstar.
We shouldn't be out there, but we are. Some of us are. And, that's my opinion, is we shouldn't be, but some of us are. And I heard some people say, why shouldn't we be? And they have a great argument. I just feel differently, and I'm going to protect my peace. But at the end of the day, I mean, who are we going to be?
Yeah.
Who are we going to be during this time? How are we going to make our mark?
Yeah.
Because this is a historical moment. This is going to be in our history books.
Yes, it is.
Minnesota in the history.
It really is. Can you imagine the stories? Yeah. And to be able to witness this like that, we're not gonna let y'all play with the books this time, because I'm telling my kids exactly, and their kids, God willing, I'm still here, letting them know exactly what really happened.
Yes.
No, and I hear you, Shanika. Not their eyes have been open, but our eyes have been open too.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you, we didn't think it was going to happen to them.
I didn't think it would ever happen to white people.
Never. Do you know how many videos I've witnessed of like state troopers? Like, there's a compilation on YT. If you just go on YT, there's a compilation of like these cop videos and them, state troopers pulling over YT people. And I mean, this one in particular is in my head right now, that this lady, her kids, her daughter and the friends were driving or whatever, and they got pulled over, and they called the mom. The mom comes up, and I'm telling you, she is letting this officer heavy, all in his face and doing this. And you just can't help but to sit there like, if that was me.
Now, if that was a Black woman.
If it was me.
Exactly.
It would have went a different way. And then told him, let my effing kids out the car. Let them out the car. Let them go now. You will not give them a citation. What's your badge? I mean, touching the officer. What's your badge number? Oh, just wait. I'm friends with da 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 da. Y'all.
And he let them out. He let them out. He let them go about their way. Now, had it been a person of color, baby. But now, we are seeing a new day, a new way, and I hate it for us. I hate it for all of us. I hate that simple fact that any law enforcement agency feels the need to harass and hurt the people that they're supposed to protect and serve.
Well, I would say this too. These are federal agents, border control agents.
They ain't even agents.
They're not police law officers. We know police law officers have very bad reputations as well. But these are people that were not even trained. They were picked up off the street to join a thug regime. Okay, they were not qualified. I can look at these people and tell these are not qualified. They fat, they out of shape, they look slow. All they have that makes them feel tough is
their weapon.
Big old pew pews that they walk outside. And if you were there to get immigrants, and if you were there for the reason of catching bad guys who are immigrants, then that's what you would be doing. You wouldn't be in the city with your big pew pews out standing trying to intimidate people because they don't want you there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I want to say to the officers, to the actual upstanding officers, to the good ones, I'm sorry, y'all are probably catching HELL right now.
They are.
And I'm sorry. I am sorry. But maybe I'm sorry if you are catching a bad rap, because there are some really good officers out here. Kitty, I'm sure your father was one of them. I know my auntie is. And any other officers that I'm friends with, I do pray for you, and I wish that you are safe and protected out here on these streets, because it's people out here for y'all, just like the bad versions of y'all are out here for other people. I do understand that, and you're putting your life at risk, especially right now in this time. So I do pray for you. However, I hope that this is something that you use to talk to your colleagues, the ones that are crooked.
Yes.
I hope you
make a change
opportunity and let them know that they are also putting your life at risk as well, being out here. Because it's some guys out here that ain't worried about y'all.
Not at all.
And will not hesitate to unalive you. So I hope that to upper room. So I hope that you utilize this opportunity, and I hope that you utilize your voice and speak to your colleagues that aren't so upstanding and that aren't the best officers out here and that are abusing their power and their authority, and tell them, you shape up, because you're making us all look bad.
Absolutely. And that should be the message. I mean, it's a wake-up call for not just American citizens. It's a wake-up call for the judicial system, law enforcement. And once we get these people out of office that don't mean any Americans any good, it's a wake-up call for our legislators and the Supreme Court. We got to maybe either stack more or clean house, because it's 6 of them in there that they shouldn't even be they shouldn't even be in the government at all. I'm gonna say it because I ain't scared. They should not. All right, you guys, we are at the end of the show. We got a couple minutes left. I always look forward to your affirmations to get us through the week. You know how you do. So I know you have one waiting, locked and loaded.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and get into that.
This is a nice short one. Well, Kitty, would you please do the honors?
Bow your eyes and close your head in a Darian voice.
I honor who I am in this season without guilt, comparison, or apology.
Yes, one more time. Run that back.
I honor who I am in this season without guilt, comparison, or apology.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Hallelujah. Good stuff.
Good, very good stuff. Any last words to our family listening in Holly Springs and Memphis, Tennessee?
I love y'all. Be blessed. Stay safe. Look out for one another as best you can, and in the realm of safety and protection. Protect you, okay? You gotta. When I say choose happy, do something good for yourself, and then do something good for somebody else. Always put you first. So there is that, and y'all have a beautiful week.
Thank you, Coach Nikki.
Thank you, Raven.
Thank you so much. Miss Morningstar, you want to take us home, hon?
Yes, thank you guys for coming through. Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, Mississippi, WKRA. You all stay warm, be safe in your home. We'll be back tomorrow with Veterans Voice. And you guys enjoy your day. We appreciate you and we love you guys. Thank you. As we wrap up today's show, we want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, tapping in, and staying connected to your community.
Remember, this platform exists to uplift Black-owned businesses, nonprofits, creatives, and community leaders who are doing the work that moves us forward.
Make sure you support today's guests. Share the show. Stay plugged into our plugs, because when we support each other, we all rise.
Until next time, keep believing, keep building, and keep shining. You've got this.
You've been listening to Our Plugs, the community connection where communities meet opportunity. We'll see you next time.